Capricorn, January. All right, Capricorn, this is the first time, welcome to the new year. This is the first time without Pluto in your sign in 16 years. So Pluto's the planet of transformation and change, death and rebirth, power, right? Other people's money and combined monies. So things have gotten lighter for you, Capricorn, because it's moved on. Now, granted, it's right there next to your sign, okay? It's at 0 degrees Aquarius. So it's still together with you, especially you late degree Capricorns, okay? Later in, what would that be? Later in January, okay? So you still have a conjunction with Pluto, but it's not in your sign, so it's lightening, okay? You do still have a trine going on with the planet Uranus, the oh wow planet, in the sign of Taurus, another earth sign. So you have a nice trine going on, positive aspect. You also have Mercury in your own sign, Capricorn, this month from January 9th to January 27th. So if you're a Capricorn sun, you're going to have Mercury really close to you. Or if you're a rising or a moon, it's going to be close to you. And so Mercury, which rules communication, expression, has to do with delivery of information. It rules merchants. Okay, so, and I was just learning Mercury also rules the lungs, right? This is where we speak up from. So you will have Mercury hanging out with you. Okay, so this is a great time for you to take advantage of all those mercurial things. If there's things you need to say, if there's things that you need to write, just remember Pluto's with you and everything. It's going to make things intense. So be careful choosing your words. Okay. Now, remember that the planet Mars, the planet of motivation, the planet of how we get things done, has moved in the beginning of the month, right around the 6th. It's going to retrograde from the sign Leo, the heart-based, fiery, fun sign of Leo, backwards into the watery sign of Cancer. Remember, Cancer's opposite you, Capricorn. So you're going to have an opposition, actually about the 15th of the month. The sun's going to be at 26 degrees Capricorn, and Mars is going to be at 26 degrees of Cancer. So they're going to be exactly opposite, okay? Now, opposite isn't a horrible thing. It just means opposite sides, okay? So we're seeing things from different viewpoints. Now, Mars and Cancer, I've been talking about taking the deep dive, taking advantage of this time to do some intense healing kind of quickly, because Mars likes to do it quickly, okay? So we can deep dive into healing. Now, I know you've been dealing with a lot of change, a lot of transformation, a lot of healing, but you're being asked to do this deep work just a little bit longer, okay? Taking advantage of the conjunction with Pluto, taking advantage of the opposition with Mars, helping us out to deep dive into our deep feelings. Just be careful not to get into arguments, because Mars can get feisty and it can get frustrated in this watery sign, and it's right across from us. So we don't need someone frustrated and doing deep work and really feeling all churned up over it, giving us a hard time, okay? So we got to make sure we disengage with those people that want to kind of go at it with us, and we step into our own, taking like our own power, going into our own deep dive, cleaning some things up. You're being asked to slow down, which I know you don't like to do, Capricorn. You're ready to heal a lot of the mom and dad stuff, because that's Capricorn and Cancer energy. And you're going to see the changes that need to be made. Now, I know you've been through enough change. I know you've had about enough of it, but you're going to see the final things that need to be taken care of, home, career, okay? You're going to take a real look at that. How much of those things that are going on in home and career are being stemmed from things not dealt with from childhood, okay? Or maybe we're still playing out the roles that our parents played. Those are the kind of things that are going to come up right now. You can do a fast healing. And I know we're not supposed to rush our healing. There's even a song called Don't Rush My Healing. But this is a quick time we can get a lot done, okay? We're going, and then this spring, we can spring forward lighter, All right. So happy birthday, Capricorn. Remember, if you are single, the sign of Venus is going to be in the sign of Pisces. Okay. And Pisces is the romantic. And so all those birthdays that you see going on, those are compatible people for you, Capricorn. So they are in season. So either the sign before you, Sagittarius, that we just came out of, and you can see all those people that were having birthdays, they're in your season, in your love season. Also your same sign and the sign after you. So the sign of Aquarius that you'll see over the month of end of January into February. Okay. So keep that in mind. All right. Now here's your pre-reading. Picked some of these cards in advance just to get an idea of what we're talking about here. The Ace of Cups came up. And what I felt when I looked at this card is that my attention went up here to this guy who like looks like he reminds me of somebody in the church. I don't know if that's cardinals that wear that kind of bib or what that is, but it almost looks like he's like shocked about this Ace of Cups, this cup of satisfaction. Okay, so there's kind of almost like, I don't know, I was kind of getting like old beliefs, like maybe our parents' reaction to our love life, or the church, the ideas about the rules of dating or the rules of love or the rules of sexuality. Okay, that's what I saw when I looked at this card immediately. All right, so those are the kind of things we're talking about to deep dive into. This is your energy. It doesn't need to be bossed around by others. I got the Six of Wands here. And the first thing I felt when I looked at this card was to keep your ego in check. Okay, Mars, when it was in the sign of Leo, can definitely get a big ego. And now it's dipping back into the water sign of Cancer. But we really want to take a look at that. Because Six of Wands is a card of triumph. But if you look at the guy's face, he's kind of got this little smug look on his face. Like he doesn't want to look at what's really going on. So keep an eye on your ego. Now, the Two of Wands shows up, and this is such a pretty card. This is actually the cover of the box of Pastoral Tarot, and it's lavender, right? And it's calming, and it's refreshing, and it's also interesting because like some people do not like the scent of lavender at all, and most of the time I like it, but I can see how it can hit you kind of hard sometimes. So you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. You're not going to be but for the right people, you are just so right on. Two of Wands, so compatible and such a lovely experience. Okay, so kind of like overall just kind of getting, it's your life, it's your choices, but also don't let it swing into like arrogance and really showing up in your relationships. Two of Wands and the relationship with yourself. All right, so now that was your pre-reading. Now I'm going to do a live reading and see what else you need to know here, Capricorn. I got a couple jumper cards that just fell out, so I guess these are the ones we're going to use because I was going to do 4 and that's what jumped. So let's use those, okay? So this is the Mystical Melodies Tarot, the vintage cartoon deck that I really enjoy working with. And so let's see, obviously these cards really leaped out. So let's see what they have to say. Here's the Queen of Cups. Okay, she's the emotional queen. She's the water queen. And so we know that we will have a bunch of planets in water signs. We know that by mid-month, I think we have like 4 planets in water signs. And one of them is Mars right across from you. Okay, so you want to start to think about how you're taking action. Remember, Mars in Cancer is like the nurturer, the mother energy. And there she is. Look at the baby with the pacifier, like reaching out towards her. So we want to make sure that we're nurturing ourselves in the way that needs to be nurtured, Capricorn, and make sure that you're giving to those that you choose to give to, okay? Now, your second card is the Happy Squirrel card. I think this is a bonus card in this deck, but it's a good one to get, right? He found his acorn. Everybody looks happy for him, and so it's pretty cool. All right. We also have the Devil card here, kind of asking you who has your power. Looks like the Lovers down here in front of them. Okay, this is also a card of big business, but this is also about, what are you chained to? What old memories are you not processing? So stuff about the past, okay? So we want to take a look at that. You've got the Two of Pentacles here. It's almost like happy face, sad face, two of value. And it's like both sides of his personality, okay? And so really looking at the relationship with yourself. Where are you emotionally? Almost like, I don't know why the word stunted's coming in, but there's some kind of like, maybe there's an old relationship. It's kind of got guilt written all over it, almost like, I'll just compare it to what I felt. Like it seems to me like when the Ace of Cups came up, it's almost like religious guilt was what I was getting. And that there's some things that we're like hold ourselves to, that maybe we wouldn't treat other people that way, but we're beating ourselves up over it. And these cards are really asking you to choose joy, but to not swing all the way over into arrogance, I guess, to keep it in check, okay? And almost to let yourself off the hook for some past things that you're ready to deal with, okay? This is like such a yin and yang kind of card here with the Two of Pentacles. All right, so that's your pre-reading. Let's see what, that's your live reading, but we're gonna pick cards for each week for the month of January using these cute little golden Art Nouveau here. These are just a lovely little deck. And let's see what you need to know these 4 weeks of January. So week 1, you're starting off with the Six of Cups, which is such a card of nostalgia, old memory. There's a gift being given, these flowers in a cup. Okay, and so we were talking about the past, and we were talking about old relationships. And so there it is showing up on week 1. Week 2, here's Temperance, okay? And Temperance is finding the balance. This is a Jupiter ruled card. And so it's a beautiful card. It's a very positive card, but it's almost like she's pouring back and forth from that cup, finding the balance, okay? Week 3, we have the Empress. So we have really 2 beautiful, powerful women here in the middle. The Empress is Taurus energy. She's ready to give birth to this new version of herself. And it came out underneath the Devil card. Okay, so I think you're going to be released from this. It also has like really strong mother vibes. And so I think some of that is that deep healing that you're doing. Week 4, Death card comes in. Of course it came in. You're not free of Pluto yet. Okay, so it's just showing up and it's still kind of there, and there's still a level of intensity for you, Capricorn, especially you later Capricorns. But we see change. I see someone who's going to make huge strides forward, letting go of some of this stuff that's just like an old heavy weight that just, it's like carrying around all this old suitcases that you don't even need anymore. Okay. So I think there's a lot of positive energy here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas that showed up and some aces. I think they're really positive cards. They're just showing you working through this. Okay. And that's a good thing. All right. Now I'm going to move these to the side because I'm going to give you some dates here using the charms, using the dice. So just have fun with this. This is our charm bowl. And we're just going to toss them over the calendar. And let's see, we're going to roll some dice here. See what you need to know this month. Okay, our dice are Mars in Cancer in the 4th house. That's funny. So Mars is in Cancer, but this is the 4th house, which is Cancer's home. So this is showing some nurturing, some kindness. There's mother themes and kind of like mothering yourself theme, which was a repeat of what we saw there in the Queen of Cups. Let's see what these letters have to say. I'm just flipping these over here. Now you're just looking for names, initials, anything that jumps out to you. And I have the word GOES, G-O-E-S. I have the letter VT for Vermont. I have GROG, G-R-O-G. Anything else? TROD, T-R-O-D. And okay, well, oh, I see the word date and dates, gate and gates, and the word road, the road to Vermont. I see RS for reschedule. See the word go, G-O. I also see the word God. Okay. All right. So let's see. Anything else? I see the word trade. So reschedule trade. So maybe if there's some big appointment this month that you're not sure about, it's a good reschedule time. I also got the word when on this dice right here. Okay, so we're looking at DE. Okay, so on the 31st of December, we have the Three of Hearts and an open book. Okay, we have on the 3rd the letter A, on the 5th the letter S. I'm going to count this as the 11th with this piece of labradorite, the stone of magic there on the 11th of January. On the 12th, we have this symbol here, and I'm not familiar with that symbol, but that's Jesus on the other side on the 12th. We have a music note on the 13th. We have the letter O on the 14th and the letter G on the 15th, the letter T on the 20th, another G on the 21st, R on the 22nd, this cute little opalite heart here on the 23rd, and the letter S on the 24th. So you got kind of some busy days there, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. The letter V on the 27th, an O on the 29th, and the word when on the 30th. And we got a little birthday cake down here. Okay, so let's see how those line up with the dice. And so since you rolled Mars, we know that Mars rules 2 signs. It rules the sign Aries and it rules the sign Scorpio. So the moon moves into the sign of Aries on Sunday the 5th at 2:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It stays there the 6th and the 7th until 5:11 p.m. You also rolled the sign Cancer. We know the moon moves into Cancer on Saturday the 11th. That's where the labradorite was. At 11:24 p.m. into the 12th, where you have the Jesus symbol, into the 13th, which is the full moon in Cancer. Now remember that full moon in Cancer is going to be directly opposite you, Capricorn. So this is going to be a powerful time here for you on January the 20th. There'll be a lot of visibility because it's a full moon, and it's going to have all those themes of mom, dad, nurturing, working hard, resting, all that kind of stuff. Okay. So that is the 13th of January. That's where you had the music symbol. And it goes into the 14th actually until 4:12 a.m. Now, I also want to give you one more date, and that is when the moon is in the sign of Scorpio, because it's also ruled by Mars, the original ruler. The moon moves into Scorpio on Tuesday the 21st. That's where you had some activity there also. 21st.